Welcome back, my luxurious fleet. Today we are going to go over the UX pricing for the leases, and of course what you can expect to pay for some options and add-ons you can get on the vehicle. I'll see you on the other side, and let's get into it. Okay, so we got this article back in December, early December, so it is still December, but I should say back a couple weeks ago. So you're welcome to read this, pause it at any time, but there's a big thing I want to talk about here. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, so we have comparison and price for leases, not only for the UX and the UX hybrid, but against the competition. So advertised MSRPs and lease payments for UX and competition. Now, I haven't seen personally the vehicle, any advertisements for lease payments for the vehicle yet. I don't even know if they are on the Lexus website yet. I did a quick Google search, I couldn't find anything. So the starting price for the hybrid is $34,000. So you can see right here at $35,000. Right below that is this green bar, which is the hybrid. And by the way, they do have a typo on here. It says UX200H. It's actually the UX250H. So come on, Lexus. At least you can, label your graphs right. Okay, just kidding. But you should be able to. So the Jaguar E-Pace, the X1 BMW, the XC40 Volvo all come in at a higher advertised price. But we're going to get into why this is a little misleading here in a bit, because these are base prices. I have actually never seen a completely base Lexus vehicle since working for Lexus. They all come with some items and options and add-ons. Even though I have seen some very base vehicles in terms of add-ons, most of them come with packages: premium package, navigation package, luxury package, F-Sport package, etc. So these vehicles these are the advertised prices. It's very misleading in some ways. You have to read through the fine print, because these advertised prices are on the absolute base model, which I don't even know if they make. I've never seen them. So I'm sure they probably have to make one or two absolute base models to get away with this type of advertising. And I'm sure it's not just with Lexus, it's with all automakers. I know it is. That's just the industry. They get people in the door by these low payments, and that's the name of the game. Can you leave with those low payments? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. So the advertised price for a UX200H, 250H, I should say, is around $400, and the UX200 is a little bit under that. Okay, so let's scroll down. Obviously, the UX250H is going to have the best miles per gallon in the segment, no doubt. It is a hybrid. So, I mean, it is one of the best vehicles in the segment, as long as you don't need that much space or that much power. So let's just keep going. So I'm going to do some math for you guys here. Lexus is expecting to sell 17,200 UXs and UX hybrids for 2019. When they compare it to the CT, which sold about 14,500 in 2015. I don't know why they're comparing it to the 2015 year of the CT. That may have been the best-selling year for the CT. I don't honestly know. Okay, so let's do some simple math. The 17,200 is what they're expecting in total sales, divided by roughly 240 Lexus dealerships in the country. That means they're expecting each Lexus dealership to sell about 71 to 72 per year. Divide that by 12. They're expecting each dealership to sell roughly 6 UXs per month. It's high expectations, in my opinion. I don't know what's going to happen, right? We haven't even sold our first one yet, so it's really exciting to see what's going to happen if the dealerships can hold up to that 6 UX expectation. But it's a new vehicle and it's a new segment. We really don't have anything in that price point. Speaking of price point, I'm going to move on to how we're getting our UXs in. Most of our UXs we're getting in. So our normal UXs, and this is just for now, this could obviously change in the future. Our non-hybrid UXs, we're getting, our first few are coming in F Sports, non-navigation models. What I have pulled up for you here is our first UX hybrid that we're going to be getting in the 250H, and it is non-navigation as well. So many Lexus dealerships are going to be getting a non-navigation UXs to reduce the price, to get that price, the monthly payment down as low as possible. So if we look at the optional equipment here, there's not a lot, but you can see how it does add up though. Here are some big ones. Blind spot monitor, in my opinion, is almost a must. I don't know why Lexus hasn't included it as a Lexus Safety System Plus. I guess it's just one of those things. They are just, it's blind spot monitor tax at this point because almost every single vehicle we get has it. Heated steering wheel, that's a nice add-on. Parking assist, rear cross traffic alert. I feel like that should also be standard with Lexus Safety System Plus, but that's another video for another time. Rear power door with kick sensor. I personally wouldn't pay any money for that, but you got to look at it this way. All these things are coming in packaged. Most dealerships are adding them in, or that's how Lexus is sending them to us. We don't really have a choice how Lexus builds their vehicles most of the time. They build them specifically for the region that they're in. So for example, we're in the central region. I know, so you go a little bit west here in Colorado, that's the mountain region, and their vehicles are built noticeably different than ours. And they're packaged different. So moving on, windshield de-icer, that's kind of a nice thing. All-weather floor liners, I think that's super important, especially if you live in the Midwest. So you can see what these all cost and how that affects the price. So we have, let's say, about 10 options on there, and that adds about $4,000 to the price. So here's your base price. We have that. Every single vehicle comes with a delivery and processing fee. So this vehicle is going to be priced at, excuse me, I still have a cold, at $38,000, pretty much $39,000. So I wanted to see what this vehicle, if we had it on our showroom floor right now with the current incentives and how Lexus is leasing these things, I wanted to see what the monthly payment for this particular vehicle would be. Okay, so getting into it. There's a lot of stuff here. Yeah, you can probably see my name at the top, whatever. Let's just zoom in. There's that MSRP. We have a Lexus Plus price. We're a Lexus Plus dealership, so we have one price for our vehicles. We lower it as low as we can right out of the gate. So that is a price, $37,740 on that particular vehicle. If you look down here, the rebate for the vehicle is $750. Okay, so not a big rebate. This money factor here, I'm not going to go over it too much, but it's kind of high for the vehicle compared to the rest of Lexus vehicles. And the reason being is that whenever we get a new model or new vehicle, a new trim or a refresh or a new vehicle altogether, a redesign or a new vehicle, the money factor is usually high. So they don't lease well. Lexus doesn't want people to really lease them out of the gate. They would rather they buy them, either finance them or pay cash for them, because there's a demand, right? People really want to get into this vehicle. Okay, so Lexus is going to make the most money possible right out the gates and not incentivize leasing. So, excuse me, what is the price? Well, if you have put zero money down on this particular vehicle, this particular UX, it's going to cost you about $631 per month in my state with this particular car. So, I mean, your mileage is going to vary depending on your region, where you live, what tax rates are. It's pretty crazy, super convoluted. However, this price is nowhere near what Lexus advertised price is. And the reason being is all the extra options and that high money factor is my guess. And I don't know what that advertised option is saying. It could be, hey, you can get this vehicle for about $400 a month if you, I mean, not even if for this particular vehicle, if we put $7,000 down, that gets you to that $400 a month. Who's going to put $7,000 down on a UX lease? Nobody. Nobody's going to do that. So Lexus, I really hope you can sell 6 of these a month. If you're in the market for a Lexus hybrid crossover, wait for the UX leasing to be more advantageous. I would say a coworker and I were having a conversation about this, and we're thinking it's probably going to be February, maybe March, before the UX has a viable lease price. That's just what we're seeing. We don't think it's probably going to be best unless financially, the best thing for you to do until probably early spring or late winter, whatever. If you want a hybrid, a Lexus hybrid crossover, just get the NX. Look at this. The NX is about, I don't know, what is that, $80, $70 less per month with zero money down. And the MSRP on the vehicle is about $6,000 more. So the NX is priced really, really well right now to lease and have a decent lease payment. And this is a comparatively optioned out NX. This NX that I have right here doesn't have navigation either. So just something to consider. I really, really hope this was a help for you guys. Unfortunately, the UX isn't going to be the best leasing vehicle in the coming weeks and probably months. I may do a follow-up video if things radically change, but I'll see you guys in the comments below. I know you're going to have questions about the UX and the pricing, and until next time, peace.